Hi, welcome to The Frontier. I'm your host Arnav. In this episode, I'm going to talk about what this series is, whom it's made to benefit, why I've decided to take on this project, and what I endeavor it shall turn into. At the base of it all, this is a physics series, so most of our guests and conversations will, in one way or another, be about physics. But first, let's step back for a moment and ask, what is physics? It is, in its barest bones form, a natural science. But more, it is one of the most fundamental disciplines to probe the world around us, broadly speaking. But such an all encompassing field cannot be limited to what I claim it is or isn't in these few minutes. So, the reason I ask you to step back is simply to tell you that no matter who you are, you stand something to gain from watching this series. Because, in a way, we're all physicists when it comes to the world around us. And that's owing to the intuition we develop for how systems evolve with time generally. We know if we push an object, it pushes us back. We know when we jump, the more force we exert on the ground, the higher we go. We know if we catch a ball, we instinctively draw our palms towards ourselves. From common experience, we develop an idea of how the world around us functions. But physics as a study, as a field, as a discipline, needs to be far more precise and explain far more than just our immediate surroundings. So we have to adopt languages that enable us to do so. And that's the power of mathematics. Most physicists who train themselves in this language devote them and their lives to this study. We've all heard of the breakthroughs and the inventions that have been part of physics throughout history, but the purpose of this endeavor is to expose you, the viewer and the learner, and the listener and the audience, to individuals that are currently working on the frontier of our knowledge, of deciphering the universe, if you will. The conversations we have here will be twofold, in that they aim at not just a general audience, but also those already interested in physics, either as a career or otherwise. And if you're someone between the two, this is just as much for you. Now, I must admit that the reason I've decided to take on this project is partially because I myself identify as an explorer. But through the guests I invite on this platform, it is my hope that you learn not just what it is that physicists do with their lives, but also why they do it. Eventually, I hope to turn this into a platform that can serve as a repository of sorts, of the journeys and the outlooks of physicists at the forefront of their fields. I have a diverse list of guests lined up for you, and I hope that you find these conversations not just educational, but also something you can walk away with to apply to your own journey. Because at the end of the day, all knowledge is a mirror, and everything you learn tells you as much about yourself as about the world. So, with that said, once again, welcome to the frontier, and I hope you enjoy this series. Stay tuned for future episodes, and thanks for watching.